This 26 Sports High School Hockey presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
And welcome back to the Wex here in Cadillac. Third period about to get underway. The Saginaw Heritage Hawks have a 6-1 lead over the Cadillac Vikings. Jay Simon alongside Morris Langworthy Jr., our director Hannah Crouch, our cameramen Dakota Pike, Rain Johnson Hill, and Wyatt Van Dynen in HD here on My News 26 Sports. And Morris, it's just been a matter of the Vikings running into a Heritage Hawks team that just has a lot of depth and speed, and they are peppering poor young Connor Swaffer with shots tonight.
You know, depth and speed. Everybody they put on the ice has done an equally good job. You know, five different players have scored 6 different goals. We've only seen 1 goal by the Vikings up this point, but you know, you can't take anything away from the Hawks at this stage of the ball game.
Nope.
Solid team.
Gavin Dietrich has the 2 goals for the Hawks, and 4 other players have their others. 2-0 after the first period.
Jay.
Yep. Alex Leotard has the only goal for the Vikings. Assist from Watkins and Gussert. That was early in the second period to cut the lead to 3-1. 6-1 our lead as we get the third period underway here from the Wex. Jordan Adlam. Send it back for Noah Scott. The Vikings on the power play to start the third period here.
Yeah, still got about 45 seconds left.
Adlam along the boards. Using that big body to try and corral the puck. To Gussert. To Fox at the point. Wanted to get it to Noah Scott. Scott was ready for a slapper, but the pass not where he needed it to be. Scott now sent a wrist shot toward the goal. Stopped. And then Adlam with the backhand attempt is off the mark. Hawks will clear the zone. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. And it looks like the Vikings might not get much of another opportunity here, although Scott now will take it into the zone. Scott will send one toward Wolfgang, who will make the glove save. 3 seconds remaining.
Nice pitch, but it hit me right into his hand.
Yeah. It was a strike.
It was.
Hit the glove. Right where Wolfgang wanted it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just underway here in the third. Our thanks to Cadillac Casting Incorporated for allowing us to bring you this broadcast here on My News 26 Sports. As the Hawks have killed the penalty. And now here comes Dorncypher with a rush up the left side. Dorncypher, nice pass across the way. But it wasn't controlled by Spencer Von Dett.
Well, the Vikings
Swafford
were
a nice
there.
job of getting in front of it. David Carpenter looking up ice, and I think the Vikings offside. They'll have to come back, and now we'll get a face-off just outside the Hawk zone. Oh, a little 90s salt and pepper coming from the sound system here.
You know, the best we can hope for at this point is that the Vikings can fend off the Hawks from scoring any more in this period or in this game.
I think even the 90s is too far back for our camera crew to remember. 15-12 to go in the third.
Ouch.
Even Madam Director is pretty young and doesn't remember the 90s, I'm guessing. 15 minutes ago here in the third is Fox into the Hawk zone. Chased down by Alex Leotard behind the goal. Hawks come up with it. Coming the other way is Gavin Dietrich, who has 2 goals. Cross-ice pass is taken away by Fox. A shot from outside the blue line by Adlam and forces Wolfgang to make a save. Here come the Hawks. Hunter Parasility, who has a couple of assists in this one, loses the handle. Up for Adlam. Adlam into the zone. Stick move and gets poke checked nicely by Nick Alfano. Puck squirts out to the right side, kept in the Hawk zone by Brock Taylor. Taylor again will send it back. And this time Gussert trying to get away from Hawk defender on the far side, unable. Here come the Hawks. They've got a 2-on-2 rush. Wrist shot off the blocker of
Flected
Swafford.
up into the rafters,
Yeah.
came back down.
And so we'll get a face-off to the right of Connor Swafford.
You know, I hear the director whispering in my ear about remembering the 90s rather well.
Yeah, I know. I ignored her. I don't think she does. Draw one by the Hawks. Slapper right in the middle, and a blocker save made by Swaffer. That was Hunter Parasolidi with the shot. Nick Alfano, the Hawks captain, will send it up the right side. Noah Scott will chase it down behind the goal. Alfano sends it to the front of the goal. Taylor comes up with it. Taylor and Scott get tangled up, both go to the ice. Scott will send it around the boards. Controlled by Cornford. Back out to the point for Martin. Martin toward the goal, bouncing puck and over the pad of Swaffer for a Hawk goal.
Got through there.
Might have been redirected in the front, but that was a bouncing puck that Swaffer just unable to corral. And the Hawks go up 7-1.
So here's a little trivia for you, Jay.
All right.
What does Mr. Taylor and Mr. Langworthy have in common?
Mr. Taylor
Yes.
and Mr. Langworthy?
Our player out on the ice, Mr. Taylor. What does Mr. Taylor and Mr. Langworthy have in common?
I don't know.
We're cousins on my mother's side.
Well, there you go. Family connection.
Don't you
for
love
you at
small
hockey
towns?
games. There you go.
You
Absolutely.
gotta love small towns.
Well, I've done a lot of broadcasts on radio for McBain, and I'm pretty sure everybody in McBain is related in some way, so
Pretty much.
it doesn't surprise me.
No.
There's a takeaway by Sam Spate, who brings it into the Viking zone. Poke checked by Adlam. And the zone cleared by the Vikings. 12 and a half minutes to go in the game.
Ooh.
It's a big check by Dalton Norris. Norris is a big boy out there. The wrist shot, pad save by Swaffer, and he'll trap it. And we'll get a face-off to his left. 12:24 to go here in the game. 7-1 Hawks. Have not heard who that goal was scored by at the 3:46 mark. Of the period.
Well, our Hawks have earned their 7 points, keep their average.
Yep. That they have. Battle along the boards. Scott. Trying to take away from Speed. There's a blast from point right in front of Swaffer, who makes a nice save. And here comes Fox with a rush up the right side. Fox being checked by the much bigger Dalton Norris. You get a good look at Norris amongst the other players, and that kid's got to be, even without the skates, a good 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
Big kid. Hayden Watkins around the back. Here's a takeaway, and we're going to get a penalty on the Vikings for tripping as Clay Charbonneau went to the ice, and so the Hawks are going to enjoy 2 minutes of power play action with 11:28 to go here in the game.
Well, this puts them into an opportunity for not only taking advantage of another power play, but this puts them in scoring position, or could put them in potential scoring position of Mercy and Cadillac in this game.
Yeah, we discussed that between periods.
Yeah.
You told me that an 8-goal margin is the mercy rule in high school hockey. Okay. Well, let's hope the Vikings can stave that off here.
Cadillac penalty number 22, Noah Scott. 2 minutes for tripping.
Devin Bain not looking down, didn't realize he didn't have it on a stick anymore. Another save by Swaffer as Nick Alfano looking to shoot from the right side. I think Bain thought it was still on his stick and took that wrist shot. Nothing but snow on the ice, on the stick. Hawks will make a quick change here. Shot attempt over the top of the goal mouth. Hawks keep it in. This is Bain. Top side for Bain. Wrist shot stopped before it got to Swaffer. Spate back to Bain, back to Spate. Wrist shot stopped again. Gussert got a stick on that.
Still about a minute and 10 seconds left in this power play. Hawks are definitely working the puck
A nice
around.
pass in the middle that was tapped away, though, by the Vikings. Good defense. Swaffer, another save. He's lost his stick, and he got a pad on that one. Saved again, stopped and kept in the zone. Bain. Somebody else has handed their stick to Swaffer, who's now using a forward stick as the Hawks continue to put pressure. Spate looking for an opening. Centering pass stopped by a skate before it got to Swaffer. Cross ice pass.
25 seconds left in this power play.
Chased
really
around by
putting the
Gussert.
pressure on.
Bain again over to Dietrich, who sends it to the goal mouth, and it trickles in. Swaffer had finally gotten his stick back, but that one just trickled through and ends up in the goal to put the Hawks up 8-1.
Hawks knew exactly how to capitalize on this. A lot of pressure put on Cadillac. That was nonstop. How many goal attempts were there? You figure just in that last 30 seconds of power play.
Well, the Vikings did a pretty good job of stopping a lot of those shots before they got to Swaffer. But
sure.
The relentless pressure. Dietrich picks up his third goal and another one. Dietrich with the hat trick on the previous one. And now Mitch Wise with his second goal of the game.
That should end the game right there.
That does do it. The 9-1 margin will end this one with 9:32 remaining in the third period. Well, Saginaw Heritage Hawks came into this one with a reputation for speed, size, and scoring, and they did not disappoint as the Cadillac Vikings suffer a 9-1 setback here at the Wex.
You know, the sad part about it is we saw 41 minutes of play out of 51 minutes. Real shame that it ended so quickly like this, but we knew this was a possibility coming in this third period that given the consistent scoring opportunities that were taking place by the Hawks, that the chances of the Vikings being mercied at that point was imminent. And when that one power play took place against the Vikings, it was painfully obvious after that scoring opportunity that this was a possibility, and they proved it. I just didn't believe it was going to happen this quickly into the third period.
Well, it's a testament to the Hawks that they could sense that they had that opportunity, obviously, coming into the third period 6-1, and they clearly put heavy pressure on to try and get those goals to end this one. And that's exactly what they do with 9:32 remaining in the third, put up their 9th goal for the 8-goal margin. And this one is over with. We will take a quick break and be back for some final thoughts from the Wex. You're watching the high school hockey game of the week here on My News 26 Sports. Back in a moment.